Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy here, and today we are talking about the biggest plot twist Hollywood has seen in decades. Forget Marvel end credit scenes. This is real life blockbuster drama. As of December 2025, Netflix just announced an $83 billion deal to swallow most of Warner Brothers Discovery, and then 3 days later, Paramount crashes the party with a hostile $108 billion all cash counteroffer. This isn't just two studios fighting over a company. This is two completely different visions for the future of entertainment. And whichever one wins will decide whether Hollywood even survives the next 10 years the way we know it. Let's set the stage real quick. Warner Brothers is 102 years old. They own Batman, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, Friends, the entire DC universe, HBO, CNN, and a library so deep it makes every other studio look like a TikTok account. Netflix looked at that treasure chest and said, "We'll take the good stuff, leave the dying cable networks in a spin-off nobody wants, and pay $83 billion in cash plus stock." They even nicknamed the leftover cable garbage Shitco inside Hollywood. That's how little they care about linear TV. Then Paramount, fresh off buying itself for $8 billion with Daddy Larry Ellison's Oracle money, yes, the second richest man on the planet, storms in and says, "Nah, we'll pay $108 billion cash for everything, no spin off, no leftovers, and we'll actually save movie theaters." David Ellison, the 42-year-old producer behind Top Gun Maverick, literally promised over 30 theatrical releases a year. That's more big screen movies than Disney, Netflix, and Amazon combined are doing right now. So we have two futures on the table. Future A, Paramount wins. You get a new mega studio, roughly the size of Disney, instantly the number 2 or 3 player in streaming, and someone finally willing to fight Netflix head on in the so-called streaming wars everybody declared over 2 years ago. More importantly, theaters stay alive because David Ellison actually loves going to the cinema. Think IMAX, popcorn, $70 date nights. That entire ecosystem gets oxygen. Future B, Netflix wins. The number of major Hollywood studios drops from 5 to 4 overnight. Netflix doesn't need scale. They already have 325 million subscribers, almost double Disney Plus. What they need is premium IP they didn't have to create from scratch. Right now, Warner's HBO Max has more 9+ rated titles on IMDb than Netflix does, even though Netflix has twice as many shows overall. Netflix looks at Game of Thrones, at the DC universe, at Harry Potter, and says, "Give us those and we will milk them harder than Disney milks Star Wars." Because Netflix's real war isn't against Disney anymore, it's against YouTube. YouTube now has 28% of all TV viewing in America. Netflix has 19%. Netflix wants Warner's crown jewel franchises as nuclear weapons against 15-second algorithm slop. This is the part that should scare every creator in the room. If Netflix wins, they will take those franchises, chop them into 8-episode seasons, drop them all at once, run the ads if you're on the cheap plan, and optimize the hell out of them for binge watches and nothing else. Theaters, they'll get a token 2-week window at best. Netflix's own co-CEO literally said this year that going to the movies is an outmoded idea for most people. Translation, cinemas become museums. Now, money-wise, both deals are actually pretty close when you strip out Shitco, but the politics are radioactive. Paramount's bid is partially funded by Abu Dhabi, Qatar, and Saudi sovereign wealth funds. $24 billion from the Gulf alone. Plus, Jared Kushner's fund is in the consortium. Yes, Trump's son in law. Meanwhile, Netflix's Ted Sarandos is a big Democratic donor, and Trump already said on Truth Social the Netflix deal could be a problem because of market share. So, regulators have to choose between letting Netflix get even more dominant or letting Gulf monarchies own CNN and a huge chunk of American pop culture. Good luck with that one. Bottom line, Warner shareholders are about to pick between a nostalgic sequel that tries to save old Hollywood and a radical reboot that basically admits the future is endless streaming content fighting TikTok and YouTube for your eyeballs. One keeps the lights on in movie theaters and creates a real competitor to Netflix. The other turns Warner into the ultimate IP vault for the world's biggest streaming giant, and probably kills theatrical exhibition as we know it. In my take, this is the last stand. If Paramount loses, there is no one left with both the money and the will to release 30 plus wide theatrical films a year. The era of the mid budget movie, the summer tentpole, the cinema first blockbuster, it's done. We move fully into the Netflix timeline. Infinite content, zero cultural events, everything designed to be watched on a phone during your lunch break. Warner shareholders vote in the next few weeks. Whatever they pick, the credits are rolling on Hollywood as we knew it. Drop a comment right now. Do you want Paramount to save the theaters or Netflix to go full IP Death Star? Like, if you're Team Cinema, subscribe if you're Team Binge, and I'll see you in the next one.